From Delran High School, just off of Hartford Road, a matchup between the Palmyra Panthers and the Delran Bears, in what's sure to be a great weekend thriller. I'm Dan Wilkins. I'm joined by David Cohen on the call. David, this is going to be a very interesting game. Palmyra 9-1, Delran 7-3. Delran looking to get back into the swing of things. They've lost 3 out of their last 4, and this is probably their last game without last year's leading scorer in Jack Jordan, but they're going to look to make the best of it anyway.
Yeah, this is a highly anticipated matchup between Palmyra and Delran. Delran's got to battle for one more game without Jack Jordan, as you mentioned. We'll see what they can do against a very talented Palmyra team that can determine their fate in the division and build their path. They're undefeated right now in division play, and this is a big game for Power Points right now. They're in the top 3 in South Jersey Group 1 Power Points, and they got a lead on who they led on all season, Deshaun Edmonds and Josiah Robinson.
Yeah, well, with Palmyra, you mentioned they're number 2 in South Jersey Group 1 right now. We're seeing the number 1 team in South Jersey Group 1 tomorrow in Haddon Township. They play Shalleck in non-conference play. But, yeah, for Palmyra, they're 4-0 in the division. Meanwhile, Delran's 0-2. But what I like to see about Delran is their quickness. They have a lot of speed, they have a lot of agility, and they use their sophomore Troy Simpliciano for that. He averages almost 2.5 steals a game in his first 10 games of the season. He's a soccer player under Tommy Orr. He's a multi-sport athlete who can really get the job done. And what I like about him is that he doesn't look like a basketball player. He's like 5'7", 5'8". He makes it work, and that's exactly what Delran needs. They need somebody sneaky. When Jack Jordan comes back, that's going to be a different story. But as we're told, he was healthy but does not meet the 6 practice minimum, so he will not be playing tonight to our knowledge. Otherwise, though, they've been relying on Andrew Rhyme, the junior. He's been a fantastic scorer, somebody who's been able to score from inside and outside. Delran's a team that will sneak up on you with the 3-point ball. They may not be elite at it, but that might be something they'll have to lean into here tonight. Yeah,
I'm really interested to see when Jordan comes back, him and Rhyme work together. Rhyme's been the best player so far this year for the Bears. 138 points in 10 games, 8 steals, 6 blocks, 13 assists. Delran's got to lean on him tonight to beat this talented Palmyra team.
And then for Palmyra, Josiah Robinson seems like he's the star of this team. Has 614 career points, averages 16.3 per game, put up a stretch of 3 straight games of 20-plus back in December. He's now gone for the last 4 games with scoring 10-plus. There's a good chance he's going to be a guy that's going to be pretty high in the scorers table tonight, pretty high in the box score. But Palmyra, they've got a lot on their shoulders. They can control their divisional destiny with a win tonight, improving the 10-1. They've been decent in recent years, but the BCSL doesn't really get a lot of love in terms of how the conference is shaped in terms of boys basketball. But Delran, an 18-10 year, they're on pace to beat that. And what I like to see is that if they can be this good without Jack Jordan, how can they be with Jack Jordan? And this might be the last game that we do not see number 26 on the floor tonight for the Bears.
Agreed. Delran, they're going to be good when they're good now, but they're going to be really good when Jordan comes back. And again, they're up for a test tonight, but I think they can handle them.
We're going to be right back. We've got Palmyra and Delran, BCSL Freedom Division boys basketball coming up right after this. Two, one.
Number 11, senior David Maldonado. Number 3, senior Desai Robinson. And number 1, senior Deshaun Evans. And now for the Bears. Number 2, junior DJ Weissman. Number 4, sophomore Joel Grimshaw. Number 1, junior Jackson Veneziano. Number 0, junior Andrew Ryan. And number 11, senior Kyle Malito.
Friday night basketball from Delran High School. This is going to be a fun one. It's Palmyra and Delran. 9-1 versus 7-3. Palmyra looking to keep their top spot in the BCSL Freedom. Delran looking for an upset and what will be their first divisional win this season. They're 0-2 in the division. They're going to try to make things right tonight. Delran in their home gold jerseys with the brown and white numbers. Palmyra in their home white jerseys with the black numbers and red outlines. It's a packed Friday night here in the Bears' Den, and we're underway. Palmyra with first possession, moving it quickly down the floor. They're going to pump fake 2 threes as that neither of them got a shot off. That was Robinson, and back over to Edmonds now. Now it will go to Julian Corey, the sophomore. Back over to the top of the key for Maldonado. It's Robinson. Again, just getting started. First possession of the game, and with no shot clock here in Jersey, the first possession can take quite a while. And that one's a 29-second possession that goes out of bounds on the near sideline. It'll be Delran ball. But a lot of passes there that didn't end up resulting in anything for the Panthers. Delran will bring this one up the floor for their first possession of the night. Delran 7-3 on the season. They have lost 3 of their last 4. And some of those losses included to Doan Academy. They're 11-1 in the conference in the BCSL. They beat Bordentown on the 12th, but lost to Mastery Camden and Burlington City. Burlington City, they've been having a rebounding year. They started out 0-5 as that basket is good. Rolls in for Andrew Rhyme. And it's 2-0 Bears.
Good start for Delran. Get a turnover and go down and get on the board first.
You always like to see just a quick scoop and score. I mean, it didn't take Delran that long to get one to go, as that shot is too long. And we'll have a jump ball. Palmyra, as we mentioned, 9-1 under Chris Rogers. Their one loss came to the number 1 team in South Jersey Group 1 in Haddon Township. That was back on December the 29th. So they won 4, lost 1, and now they've won 5 straight. Here comes the right wing 3. Knocked down from the right side by the Bears. They're on a 5-0 run. Kyle Melito gets that one to fall, and Delran is up 5 here in the first quarter, minute and a half in. Out to Corey on the left wing, moves into the paint, gets a tough possession to go. Back out to the right corner, to the far corner. Moving inside for Corey, gets it out for an open corner 3, too strong. It goes out towards the Delran cheerleaders, and it's out of play.
Just one thing I've noticed in the early going, Palmyra, they're doing kind of a press, but Delran seems to be able to beat it early going.
Again, they're just trying to get as much leverage as they can with Delran going on a 5-0 run here to start. As here's a top of the key 3 that bricks off the front iron. Now out to the far corner. 3, no good. A lot of 3-point baskets from Delran. We mentioned that 3-point basket is going to sneak up on you. That's exactly what we're seeing. As now a nice pass inside, but they can't get anything out of it, and it's a turnover. If I'm Palmyra, I would have taken that shot there. I mean, they were right under the basket, would have had a great opportunity to just put 2 points on the board. They are still without their first points, and that's the hardest hill to climb. Get your first. Doesn't matter about anything after that. Get your first. Stop this run by Delran, although they are in the right direction with a strong block by Corey. He'll bring this one up the floor, but another stop. Here come the Bears again for DJ Reisman. Stopped by Grimshaw. And that one gets stolen away. So what was a strong start by Delran off the mark, rebounded by Rhyme. Melito spins around. I mean, these guys are moving incredibly fast.
Yeah, fast pace on both sides.
The only problem is that it's not working for either team. Here comes Rhyme, bounce pass in the paint, and it's good. 7-0 run, and Chris Rogers calls a timeout. We're going to take a quick break. 7-0. Delran up by a touchdown in PAT. 4:45 left in the first quarter here from the Bears' Den. Go ahead. Welcome back. A 7-0 run by the Delran Bears have given them an early lead. The Bears' Den starting to fill up. You can see the student section there. Folks making a bit of a fashionably late appearance on this Friday night for a 6:30 tip. I mean, there was a decent crowd for the Delran game that we were last at on December the 21st. Versus Allentown, as that's a nice little pass for the foul. And while Palmyra won't get their first field goal, Zacharias Michelle will have his first chance for 2 foul shots. Michelle, the 5'10" junior, 66 points and 37 rebounds this season, makes his first. And that's Palmyra's first point. Yeah, I think the big thing there for Palmyra was coming out of that timeout, disrupt the run, get anything that you can to put yourself on the board, put a little pressure on Delran, because if you don't, and if you let that dam continue to burst, then it's only going to get worse for the Panthers.
Yeah, I think they just need to slow things down and maybe work the ball inside. A lot of threes in the early going on both sides. We knew Delran was going to shoot a lot of threes. But I think Palmyra, they can work inside. They got a lot of height on this team.
They certainly have the height advantage. I mean, if they had Jack Jordan, if Delran had Jack Jordan, I don't know if it would have been any different. We've got a foul and one. Andrew Rhyme knocks it down again. He's got 6. And he's going to try to add on here at the foul stripe for the and one shot. The foul is on, looks like Maldonado. And it's good. How about that for the Delran forward? As Palmyra looking to slow it down a little bit, 4-10 and a 10-2 start for Delran. Back over to the top of the key for Corey. He'll move to the left side. Over to the near corner for Robinson. Now back out, Maldonado for 3. That's front iron. It rolls out again, and now Veneziano picks it up, but they're going to say it's out of bounds on the baseline. A great crowd on hand here for a Friday night matchup. Closes out a strong week for us. We saw Paulsboro and Gloucester on Tuesday. And here comes another shot from inside, no good. Second chance, that goes. And Palmyra's got their first field goal of the day from the field, and it comes from Julian Corey. It's 10-4.
Yeah, there's that height advantage we were just talking about, offensive boards, and Palmyra's got that height advantage, and I think if they get some offensive boards, they can work themselves back into this game. That
3 does not go. Corey did not field the rebound cleanly, but Palmyra gets it anyway. Goes up, fouled, no basket. Corey, the 6'7" sophomore. 115 points, averages 11.5 per game. already close to 100 career rebounds. He enters this game with 98. Had a season-high 21 in a 66-47 win over Morristown Friends on December the 22nd. Ten to 5. And the second shot is good. So Michelle gets both foul shots to fall, and it's now 10 to 6. Another chance as that one is a foul on the other end of the floor. Chris Rogers disagrees. So at the line will be Joel Grimshaw, the 6'2" sophomore. His first varsity season, 64 points, 48 rebounds. Has not had more than 12 points in a game, although he picked up his first career double-double in the 67-58 loss to Doan Academy on Wednesday. That was the game that I really wanted. Couldn't make it to this one, but this is just as good of a divisional matchup with Palmyra 4-0 in the BCSL Freedom. And Delran 0-2. Grimshaw knocks down both. But Grimshaw kind of eased into his first varsity season. His first 8 games did not have a single game of 10+, but now his last 2 have both been 10+, as we have a late whistle as the ball was coming down. Let's see if this foul is on the floor. We will get 2 shots. As back to the line is Palmyra. This is their 4th trip to the foul line in the first quarter. It'll be Sasea Robinson at the line. Delran's going to get a man ready to check in. They're going to get Zachary Arthur ready, the sophomore. 12 to 6, now 12 to 7 as that one rattles in.
Palmyra's been a lot better since that timeout. They're down 7-0 in the game and on a 7-5 run now.
Yeah, it's not as much of a run when it's, you know, mostly even scoring, but it's still better than what it was, and that's how Palmyra's improved. As with 3:04 left in the first, he makes both. Just some great stuff so far here for Palmyra at the foul stripe, being able to draw fouls from Delran. I don't know if it's being able to draw fouls or, oh, hold on, we got to travel. How about that defensive press by Maldonado and company? Being able to trap Simpliciano at the half court. Melito was trapped as well. Both of them really didn't have a chance, and then as he tried to get it through traffic, Melito slipped. And now here comes Corey. Up, through contact, and good. Now we can talk about a run. Palmyra is within 2. It's 12 to 10, 2:45 left in the first. Just a 2-point game here on Hartford Road in Delran. Melito loses it. He's trapped at the baseline. A high pass to alleviate the issue. He brings it to Simpliciano. Back to Arthur at the top of the key. Rhyme tips it. Corey got the ball to come out in a double press. Palmyra playing tough defense. Melito chucks up a 3. It's an air ball, and it goes back to Maldonado. That was definitely a rush shot by Delran, but it now ups the ante as Palmyra needs just 1 field goal to tie this game. Top of the key for 3. That one wasn't much better. That's off the front of the rim. And now Melito brings this one up. Melito passes to Rhyme on the left wing. Bounce pass inside. Grimshaw looks for anything. Can't get that one to go. A lot of shots taken in this first quarter, and not a lot of them are going, including that one. As Corey can't get it, Michelle can't get it, and Delran's going to get it back. 1:40 now. Moving out to the top, Simpliciano pulls up, too strong. Corey picks up the rebound. I mean, again, Julian Corey, when you have a 6'7" sophomore, there are not a lot of Delran guys that can box him out and prevent him from getting rebounds as Corey misses the shot. Don't you think everybody's just moving way too fast?
Yeah,
this game will be a lot better right now if they slowed it down.
Yeah. Both
Look at
teams
this pressure, though.
fast.
Simpliciano feeds it out. Grimshaw over to Arthur. Pulls up from the corner of the paint. Good. Zachary Arthur.
I think Delran has a reason to play fast with the Palmyra pass, with the Palmyra press. But here we go. Palmyra finally slowing down here.
Yeah, I think that was the direction from Chris Rogers. You know, listen, they played 4 or 5 minutes of just in-your-face basketball, 110%. Now, still Palmyra is working quicker, but not as quickly as you'd expect, as Corey goes out. The three doesn't go. Simpliciano's pass gets turned over, foul. On his way up, Deshaun Edmonds got hit. And we'll see Palmyra with yet another trip to the foul stripe as they'll try to add on 2 more.
It's been a weird first quarter, Dan. Delran led 7-0. They were beating the press. And ever since that Palmyra timeout, I keep saying it, but it's been a different game, even though they still trail by 4.
4 fouls for Delran, 3 for Palmyra. First shot misses. 2 new subs coming into the game for Delran, number 35, Samuel Harmon, and number 2, DJ Raceman, the starter coming back in. And now going to the bench for Palmyra will be Corey and Michelle. I guess he's got to have some reprieve in this game. He can't be on the floor for all 32 minutes, but now into the ball game for Palmyra is number 15, Kai Young, the sophomore, and number 4, Jaden Boone. 30 seconds left in the first quarter in front of a packed house here on a Friday night in Delran. Moving out. Nice feed. Oh, it might have been a walk there. Brings it out to the big man, Harmon. This one's pulled up for 3. Low arc doesn't go. Batted down by Jase Robinson. And it's out of bounds. 14-11 with 18 seconds to play. This one rolls back out for Delran. After the out of bounds, try to catch and shoot 3, but they held off. Now Harmon for 3. What do we say about that 3-point sneaking up on you? As the center, Samuel Harmon, knocks it down with 10 seconds to spare. It's a 6-point lead. Palmyra tries to rush a basket. Harmon gets another one. They'll let it go. And at the end of the first quarter, Delran, surprisingly, on their home floor, was able to persevere after a 7-0 run nearly withered away as they lead after the first quarter here in Delran, 17-11. Welcome back here from Delran. This broadcast is brought to you by Harper Driving School. Over 90% of students who take their New Jersey State driving test with Harper pass on the first attempt. Book an appointment today at Suite 4 of the Total Turf Complex in Pittman at 614 Lambs Road. So again, I'm Dan Wilkins, joined by David Cohen of Rowan University here from Delran High School. This has been a high-powered game so far where Palmyra, the 9-1 team that they are, have struggled versus a fast-paced Delran offense. Both teams have been quick. Palmyra has tried to rush off a lot of shots, and to this point, it hasn't been all that successful.
No, I think we already mentioned it. Both teams just need to slow down. We know Delran's going to shoot the 3, and Palmyra needs to work the ball inside more.
It'll be interesting to see if that will change as the day goes on for Chris Rogers and company, as we're going to have a travel called on Simpliciano as he was bringing it up the floor and as he was pressured by Deshaun Edmonds. Again, as we mentioned, Palmyra started off the season 4-0. What's interesting to me is that they have not played a lot, and if any, they've only played one non-conference game, and that was Haddon Township. They don't have too many else either. They have Nottingham on the 24th, they have GCIT on the 31st, and then they have Leap Academy on the 11th. Palmyra's only playing 4 non-conference games all year, and they've only played 1 through the first 10 games of the season. So consider that compared to Delran, who has played Allentown, the both West Windsor schools, which is Colonial Valley, Mastery Camden, that's already 4. Then they play Cherry Hill West, Kings Christian, Hopewell Valley, and then Lawrence. So that's a grand total of 8 non-conference opponents that the Delran Bears have scheduled with Auric Smith and athletic director Anthony Godotti. Here comes a corner 3, too strong. Harmon picks up the rebound. Julian Corey back into the game, the 6'7" sophomore for Palmyra. Rhyme gets it to fall. Great shot selection here from Delran. They are staying calm, cool, and collected, and Andrew Rhyme reaping the benefits of it. He's got 9 points.
Yeah, we said in the open they're going to have to lead on him in this last game without Jack Jordan, and that's what they're doing.
Again, it may not be the last game without him. They do play on Tuesday the 20th versus Riverside on the road, but with it being 6 practices and he got activated probably in the last 3 days, so if you could guess, he's probably going to be available for that 20th game. If not, at the absolute latest, I'd have to guess the 22nd versus Florence, as there's a nice shot in transition. Palmyra finally took advantage of a fast break, and Jesse Robinson gets it to fall. It's now a 6-point game. Now here comes another steal. Here comes the Panthers. Same song, and not a second verse, but a foul on the other end of the floor. As he tried to go up, got a little bit too handsy with it. They will call it on the floor. Oric Smith was confirming that that foul was indeed on the floor with Deshaun Edmonds. Chris Rogers wants it to be a shooting foul. David, what do you think there?
No, I think that's on the floor. Chris Rogers arguing that he went up, but I didn't see it from the same perspective as him.
This one goes out to the right side for Edmonds. Back to the far corner for 3 off the top of the backboard.
Because to me, it looked like a reaching foul. He's going for a steal. He just hit him on the arm.
Yeah, I mean, if it was a split second later, I could see the argument, but that's the thing, is that shooting motion can always be a bit of a tough spot for these referees. As Rhyme on the top of the key, back into Harmon. Harmon loses it, but he hangs onto it, has to retreat to outside the 3-point line. Stop, starts, blocked. He saves it, and a feed to Rhyme. Wow. I am shocked that they got A, shot off, and B, a basket. 21-13, wide open, corner, 3, too strong. Palmyra, knowing how they've played tonight, they shouldn't have taken that 3. Move inside, get the easier basket. Just because you're open doesn't mean you can make it, and we've seen it right there as Harmon goes for the long 2. And how about Julian Corey? He is going to be picking up blocks till Sunday, as there's another one. Julian Corey, 26 blocks, averaging 1.6 per game. Had a season high of 6 blocks in a 52-49 win over Burlington City. This one moves out to the right, to the left side, rather. Up, no good. Rebounded by the Panthers, by Jesse Robinson. He'll try to move this one up. Robinson spins, fires, another 3, and this time it's good. Deshaun Edmonds. As this one rolls up, no good. I feel like I'm watching a Clayton game right now. I mean, there are so many shots on each end of the floor. As here comes another one. Bang! Deshaun Edmonds, 6 points. And Palmyra's right back in this one. 6-0 run, 21-19. Now here comes another chance on the left side, stopping on a dime, and it goes. You can hardly keep up with this game. 23-19, 4:16 left in the second. And that's the crazy thing, is that it's not all that high scoring. We've seen first halves that have been stronger in terms of the scoring column, but it's just that it's all coming in bursts. We had a period in the first quarter where we went a minute or 2 without a basket, went maybe 2 or 3 minutes without a basket. Here, now it has gone to 110%, and we'll see Palmyra back at the stripe again.
Yeah, it's just shot after shot.
Say Robinson. Robinson with a handful of points so far as he picks up another one. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, January 17th at 10 a.m., a bright and early one between Shalleck and Haddon Township in South Jersey Group 1 play. Our good friend Colin Morris will be on the call for that one, along with Damian Waiters. I'll be taking some much-needed vocal rest as that basket goes. Robinson 2 for 2 from the line. And Delran continuing to move this one up quickly. Back at the top, it's Veneziano. Back over to Reisman, and pulling down the rebound is Michelle. He goes up, Zacharias misses it. Corey tries to get it up. It continues to scramble around. As the basketball getting turned over like a hacky sack here tonight as Veneziano doesn't get the three to fall. And I feel like that's poor shot selection with Palmyra down 2 because Corey goes up and he just missed that one. But if that basket went, the game would have been tied, and that would have been a much worse basket that Jackson Veneziano took. Underhand feed. Back over to 21. Don't have a 21 on our roster as that ball doesn't go. Oh, excuse me, I was looking at Palmyra. It is Adam Ceretto. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe how many passes we're seeing. Delran's going to have to try to control the floor here. If they want a chance to go into the halftime with a lead, Palmyra is knocking at the door, but they keep missing. They keep swinging and missing. And that's exactly what Delran's got to take advantage of here. You have to find a way to control the floor. Andrew Rhyme, foul and 1. 13 points for Delran's leading scorer in absence of Jack Jordan. 138 points for the junior in this season. The only Delran scorer with 100+. And it's 25-21.
We're seeing a really good battle down below between Rhyme and Corey. They're battling. They're getting hit around, but they're staying tough. And the refs are letting a little bit go, but it's been whistle heavy here in the first half.
Well, 2 fouls on each team. 2:39 left in the second quarter. Bounce pass over to the right side for Michelle. At the top of the key now from the volleyball line. Bounce pass inside to Corey. Feeds it out. Left wing. 3. Too strong. And flying in for a rebound that time. Talk about some hops from number 2 in DJ Reisman. 2:15 now in the half. 5-point lead for Delran. They led by 6 at the end of the quarter, at the end of the first.
Good cut.
Yeah, that's a really good pass. But, oh, man, Veneziano misses. Here comes the Panthers in transition. Up and in. Zacharias Michel with yet another basket. He's got 5. And it's 26-23. 1:50 left in the second now. I mean, this is just looking really good right now. Back over to the top. A 3-point game here in Burlington County in the BCSL. Packed house. Maybe standing room only here in Delran. With 7-3 Delran, one of their best seasons in a while. And 9-1 Palmyra. Corner 3, no good. Another save by the Panthers in the near corner as they continue to get pressed by the Bears. Here comes up Palmyra again with Sasea Robinson. 1:10 left in the second quarter now. Guarded by Veneziano. He stopped on it. Back over to Maldonado. Maldonado goes up, fouled. And that should cut Palmyra's lead, or Palmyra's deficit, even closer if he hits both here. And Palmyra's been quite good from the foul stripe here tonight. They're going to get Boone ready to check in for Palmyra. Misses his first. Delran student section letting him hear it. Every starter for Palmyra has scored tonight. Maldonado has 1 from a foul shot. Misses both. And Rhyme picks up the rebound, able to clear it. He's got Michelle behind him. They're going to tell him to move. 50 seconds in the half. 26-23. Back over to the near corner. Moving in. Up. Blocked by Corey. That was close. Because if that ball was even close to being on its way down, they would have called it, which I don't think I've seen a goaltending call all year because we haven't seen a kid tall enough to have one warranted.
Yeah,
but
Corey's been all over the floor. Defense, he's playing good. He's out here at the top of the key on offense. Now we're cutting down low.
Here comes Corey again. Fires it off the glass and in. 2-point game. He makes up for the misses at the foul stripe by Maldonado. And we've got 15 seconds left in the half, 26-25. Arthur's going to bring this one up. Bounce pass. Over to Reisman. Back to the top for Rhyme. He's got 13 points. 4 seconds. Time. He goes to Veneziano. Veneziano fires it out. He's going to run out of time. And Delran did not get a shot off. Oryx Smith not happy at all. As Delran moved inside, they were not aware of how much time was left, and they tried to get a little bit too fancy with it. Instead, it costs them a chance to extend the halftime lead. It's a thriller here in Burlington County, a packed house for Friday night basketball as Delran leads Palmyra 26-25 here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. We'll be back in 10 minutes.
May is Mental Health Awareness Month. It is the responsibility of all of us to make sure that our friends, family, and anybody who we hold dear in our lives is feeling well. The problem with spotting mental health issues is that the symptoms aren't that obvious. Just because someone is okay or appears okay on the outside doesn't mean that they're okay on the inside. It's important that if they are in distress, that they call the right people and they get the help that they need. And it is very important that we treat each other with respect, regardless of who you are or where you come from. But it is just as important that we treat ourselves with respect, regardless of the situation going on in our lives. If you're in distress, you can call this number, 988, or you can visit any of these websites if you're not in distress, but would like to learn more information about mental health awareness and research.
Book Dog Pro Wrestling for your next event or outing for the greatest action that New Jersey Pro Wrestling has to offer. Any place, any time, any setting, Dog Pro Wrestling will bring the action to you, and you won't want to miss it for moments like this. But don't just take it from me. Take it from Max Mundo, the Dog Pro Wrestling ambassador.
This is Max Mundo with Dog Pro Wrestling. Are you a civic organization, sporting club looking to fundraise? Then look no further to Dog Pro Wrestling. We do grand openings, corporate events, and much more.
And why not from some of the wrestling talent themselves?
I'm Vinny the Fixer, and I'm the champion of Dog Professional Wrestling. If you want to book the best, come see us. We're the cream of the crop. We'll come to any fundraiser you can think of. Just name the place and we'll show up.
This is the upstanding Dylan Mesh, and for the entirety of my professional wrestling career, dog wrestling has been a mainstay for where I like to wrestle. So you can believe me when I say that it is quality. And I'm upstanding. I'm the only opinion you need.
Yeah! It's your boy Gabriel Hodder here with my man Matthew Oman, and if you want your events to be all fight, no flight,
then book Dog Wrestling so you can witness true primal fear. Woo!
In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
Welcome back to Delran High School. I'm Dan Wilkins, joined by David Cohen. David, this has been, first of all, a packed house tonight. Friday night basketball for two very successful teams. Not only that, a very fast-paced game that almost feels too quick to keep up with. Delran has shot a lot of threes. Palmyra has missed a lot of shots from inside. It has been a flawed game for both sides, but not one that either team can overcome.
Yeah, fast-paced. I think my neck is hurting from twisting back and forth every time. Delran, I think they just need to slow down a little bit. They've had a couple turnovers, couple travel, stuff like that. For Palmyra, also slow down, but work the ball inside. They've taken a lot of threes and haven't made many of them.
Yeah, I think Delran has given Palmyra a lot of pressure as we've got a big press there on the first possession. Oh, might have been a walk that time. Rhyme up, blocked by Corey. He's got to be up to, what, 3-4 blocks? There's another one. It comes out, and Corey has it. They fire it down the floor to Maldonado. Again, these two teams just trying to stay in sync in a one-point game. Oh, that's rough. Corey gets fouled, and he'll shoot two. The foul is going to be on Reisman. And again, for both of these teams, Delran actually slots in, if you sort by divisional record, they slot in second to last in the BCSL Freedom. You see that graphic on the left side of your screen. Doan leads at 11-1. Palmyra is 9-1, but they have more divisional wins at 4. Doan only has a handful, and then you've got Burlington City in there. You've got, you've got Willingboro and then Florence rounding out the bottom at 3-7. So Corey, after missing his first, misses both. So Palmyra, they've been decent but inconsistent from the foul stripe tonight. That's a good stop there by Melito. Stopped on a dime twice. Really good offensive motion as they're able to get it out. Palmyra was on the ground.
Guess who calls that turnover? Corey's been all over the place tonight.
3! Jesse Robinson gives Palmyra their first lead. A 28-26 game, just a minute into the third quarter. He's got 7 points. Back over to Melito. He pulls up, quick shot. Might have had some contact. It's saved, but nobody's there, and it steps out on the sideline. So Ream tried to get a shot, tried to get a save there. It was no good. And it's now 28-26 after that three. I mean, that was just a beautiful slide three right there. Was able to just kind of mold into a perfect open slot. And that's what Palmyra's done really good tonight, is they have taken like this. They'll have a guy in the paint, although that shot is a different story. Try to rip it down. Out of bounds. Delran ball. But what I'll tell you is they've done a really good job at kicking the ball out. You know, they've done a really good job at bringing the ball into the paint, into the two-point land, and then kicking it back out for a three. And even though their three-point shooting has been better since the first, they certainly have, that's been the style of their offense. Delran ball after the little jam up.
Yeah, Palmyra, like you said, they've been working it in, they've been working it out. They've also had long possessions with no shot clock in South Jersey or in New Jersey. It's easy to have long possessions.
That could change soon. They're going to talk about it at the NJSIAA executive meetings on Wednesday. Pennsylvania just enacted it for the 28-29 school year as, wow, there's a foul on Julian Corey. He's trying to plead his case. And it'll send Delran to the line for two. The student section getting a load of it. Chris Rogers trying to plead his case as well. First shot, no good. By Grimshaw. I like this back and forth here. Delran student section saying something. Palmyra's section is saying something. It's a really fun banner back and forth. As this one is good. Grimshaw gets it to go. Here comes a three. No good. No good there from Edmonds. The senior guard, 6'1", 155. Bounce pass. Open look for Veneziano, but it's short. Saved. The air ball that time. Veneziano tried to follow that shot up with something good. Try to catch and shoot. Back over. Veneziano gets an open look. Ream inside. Tried to draw a foul. Didn't go. Veneziano gets it again. Bounce pass. Ream. Oh, so close. And Delran keeps the ball for a third time.
That shot was halfway down and bounced out.
Yeah, I mean, seen some really close calls here. As Veneziano looks to inbound, he finds Melito at the top of the key, slides over to the left. He bounces it to Reisman, over to the far corner. Veneziano finds himself again with a high pass to Melito. Here comes Reisman, no good. Foul. Joel Grimshaw goes up and gets it. And we'll have 2 foul shots here for Joel Grimshaw. Second time in the quarter he's headed to the line. First shot is no good. This has been very interesting to watch so far. I mean, I'll tell you, Palmyra holding on to their first lead. It was 26-25 at the half. We're 2.5 minutes into the third quarter, and we've barely seen any change. He misses both. I mean, we've seen what would be the score if these teams were 10% better at their field goal percentage? Probably 10, 15 points higher on both sides.
Yeah, probably.
It would still be close because both teams have missed a lot, and they haven't made as much as they would like. Corey up and in. And Rogers wanted the and one, but they'll have to settle for a 2-point basket and a 3-point game, 30-27. Ream trapped. Bounce pass inside. He finds Grimshaw. Back out. Melito. Oh, nice move there by Reisman. Here comes Ream. Corner. 3, no good. And it comes back over to Maldonado, who picks up the rebound. Out on the right side. Fading towards the top of the key for Palmyra. Corey. 0 for 1 for threes tonight. He's able to get out of the jam. He brings it back to Robinson. Near corner. Guarded by Ream. Fires it out. Left wing. Again, a coast-to-coast pass. That ball gets bobbled. It's loose. Palmyra comes up with it. Shoots through traffic, and it's no good. Rebounded by Reisman. Again, just so many tough possessions as Veneziano takes a hard fall. The foul is on Edmonds. For Palmyra, it is their third team foul. And we're waiting for Julian Corey to tie his shoe. For next week on DWB, we've got a schedule chocked full of basketball and hockey, as we've got Kings Christian versus Clearview on Monday the 19th. That's an 11:30 a.m. tip-off. And then on Tuesday, we've got a doubleheader. It's Pope John versus Gloucester Catholic at 3:05 p.m. And then Audubon versus Haddon Township in a key Colonial Conference matchup on Tuesday the 20th at 7 p.m. We then go to Timber Creek versus Kingsway. That's a 6 o'clock tip on Thursday, January 22nd. And how about this for a roller? It gets turned over, but a foul. Veneziano gets called. Held onto it for a little bit too long after the possession change. It's Delran's second foul. Oric Smith was a little bit confused about the call. I don't know if he misheard the penalty. Maybe thought it was against one for Palmyra. It's a loud gym here in Delran. It certainly can be easy to mistake. As it goes back out. Right side. Fires it coast to coast again. Catch and shoot. Oh, so close. Rebounded by the Bears and by Joel Grimshaw. Melito, bounce pass to Grimshaw. Up and in. 1-point game.
Really good bounce pass there inside.
Yeah, no, they have been fantastic with their passing. Palmyra's been good at assisting the ball, kicking it out. Delran's been really good at moving the ball from outside to inside. And even though they've been good at the three-point shot, right now is a time where they're smart and they know not to take a lot of threes right now. It's not a key part of the game. They don't need to run away with this. They just need to hang steady. Surprised that they didn't try a three there. Kind of going against my own motif, but that's for Palmyra, not for Delran. Panthers with possession out on the right wing. It was Boone who passed it. I mean, they're going way around the world here as he gets tripped up, and a foul on Zacharias Michelle. Grimshaw gets called for it. And they will credit this as a shooting foul, so this will be 2 foul shots for Palmyra to potentially extend the lead to 3. So again, at the line is Zacharias Michelle, 14 for 25 from the stripe this year. First shot is good. He's got 6 points. I mean, it's been a really even scoring attack for Palmyra.
Yeah, they got a lot of guys scoring. Edmonds, Corey, Robinson.
.246 left in the third. That doesn't go. 1 for 2. Palmyra ball. For Palmyra, the road ahead. They play Holy Cross on the 20th. That should be a good game. Nottingham on the 24th, and then home to Northern Burlington on the 26th. 4 of their next 5 games are on the road. Here comes a 3! Bang! Near corner. Deshaun Edmonds. It's a big run and a travel. A backcourt violation. Standing right on top of the Bear logo. Palmyra taking advantage of Delran's mistakes, and Oric Smith calls a timeout. The Panthers putting on the pressure as they look to improve to 10-1. 2:34 left in the third. We'll take a quick break. It's Palmyra 34, Delran 29. Here from Delran High School, this broadcast is brought to you by the South Jersey chapter of the National Adult Baseball Association. 20 teams across 4 competitive divisions bring you South Jersey's best men's baseball league product. Register today at southjerseynaba.com. Just closing out the rest of next week, we mentioned Kings Christian at Clearview on Monday, Pope John at GC for ice hockey, and then Audubon at Haddon Township on Tuesday. Timber Creek at Kingsway on Thursday, and then on Saturday we go up to Warren County for some North Jersey basketball. The girls play Belvedere at 11 a.m., and the boys play South Hunterdon at 1 p.m. on Saturday, January 24th. Out on the right wing for 3. Good! Light that baby up as we've got another 3 from the men in red. A right wing 3 from Deshaun Edmonds.
Edmonds 4-3 tonight. He entered tonight's game with 20 of them. He knew he was going to shoot a bunch.
Ream moving inside for a bit of a patchwork solution, but it's no good. Palmyra trying to wear down Delran. Here comes another one. 10-point lead. The visiting crowd making themselves heard. 39-29. Here comes Simpliciano. Back over to half court. It's blocked by Boone. Steal. Scoop. Score! Listen to this crowd. You might have thought that we were in Delran, and you'd be correct. But an incredible run by the Palmyra Panthers. And they now lead it by 12. Stunning the home crowd. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here. With 1:40 left in the third. Oh, my goodness. What a run by Palmyra.
What a second half. It's just been defense to offense. And they take the threes when they need it. And a big lead now for Palmyra.
They really started to run away with this one. Deshaun Edmonds now with 10 points. Well, you mentioned it's his 4th 3, so he's got to have more than that. But still, I mean, this has been an incredible game for Palmyra and really a statement game in the BCSL Freedom. Their next divisional game is versus Burlington City on the 30th of January, so they have 4 games in between that, 1 non-conference game versus Nottingham, and 3 BCSL non-division games. And this is why the crowd is the way that it is, because of those divisional championships. As Delran looking to pick up the pace, looking to put their legs to good use. We've got a foul on the way down. Julian Corey picked it up. This foul is on Delran, and it's on, looked like it was number 4. Which means that will be against Grimshaw. That's Grimshaw's second, team's 4th. Good crossover that time, trying to create some space. He burns him around. Robinson dumps it off to Michelle. Robinson moves inside. Back over. Corey wanted to shoot it, didn't take it. Back over to Corey. 1 minute in the third. Palmyra, they've done this before. They're going to slow this game down. At least they're going to try to. 49 seconds. Corey up with the Euro. Offensive rebound. Delran tries to wrestle it out, and it's in. What a run for Palmyra. They were down at the half by a point. They now lead by 13. Actually by 14 points. What a run.
We mentioned in the open, Palmyra, this was a big game for the division to control their own destiny, but also a big game in the power points. There's a good Hatton Township team right above them. Palmyra in this third quarter just playing like they want it more.
I mean, honestly, you can just see the divide in the grandstands right now between who is clapping and who is not. I mean, it is an electric crowd tonight. Palmyra really amped up the volume with this run as we've got 20 seconds now. Hands it off to Robinson. Palmyra 9-1, looking for their 10th win of the season. They'll take it easy. 6 seconds. Moving up, Corey in. What a quarter for Palmyra. 45-29. One of the best individual performances you're going to see, one of the best team performances you're going to see all year as Palmyra puts on a clinic. Delran only scored 3 points in the entire third quarter. Palmyra, how about a 20-piece, a 17-point break, and we go to the fourth in a 45-29 lead. We'll be right back. Fourth quarter underway here from Delran High School. I'm Dan Wilkins, joined by David Cohen on the call, Peter Tober, the producer, as we've got a thriller here. It was a thriller at the halftime break, but Palmyra has really run away with this one. It is a 16-point lead, 45-29. Delran held to just 3 points in the third quarter. They got outscored 20-3. As this one gets blocked by Corey, I'm going to have to check the stat sheet tonight. He's got to have an incredible amount of blocks.
That third quarter for Palmyra was one of the best team performances in a quarter I've seen all season. Their defense, offense was amazing. They started to hit shots.
I mean, listen, Palmyra, they this is Chris Rogers' third year. Obviously, Mike McCarron was a head coach there for a long time. And with Chris Rogers, he did well in his first season. Oh, he's going to get fouled. Melito gets fouled, and that might be Delran's big break. They're going to have 3 shots here. But point is, you look at what Delran's been able to accomplish tonight. They've been able to hold off Palmyra for the first half. And in the third quarter was where the floodgates opened. But Melito goes to the line. He'll shoot 3. Assuming that his foot wasn't on the line, I'm pretty sure they said 3. And it will be. First shot is good by Melito. But what we were saying was that, you know, the way that it is right now, Delran just needs a break. I think that they have shown that they can succeed in this game. They have shown that they can shut down Julian Corey. But if Palmyra is hitting their shots, if they're hitting all their marks, then it's going to be difficult. But they were 15-14 last year, 6-4 in the BCSL Freedom. Nothing crazy, but they have just gone on to another level this year and really, I think, could shock some people. Again, they're right now the number 2 seed in South Jersey Group 1 power points if the season ended today. There's Haddon Township in front of them, Salem right behind them. And by the way, that was 2 out of 3. Hold on. We've got some confusion. Chris Rogers called a timeout. Oryx Smith doesn't want it granted. Delran saying that the timeout should not have been granted because the ball was loose. There was 1 whistle coming from the other end of the floor, and the other 2 referees didn't signal it. Oryx Smith trying to plead his case, although he's going to run out of time to talk to his guys because of it. Chris Rogers is granted the timeout. You can hear the boos. He's, you know, the plead is going to be unsuccessful. You can't overturn a timeout, but I don't know. What do you think there?
I got no idea. It depends when the timeout came in. The far ref down here, our near side ref, he called the timeout.
I heard the whistle when the Palmyra player was on his back. So
you got to have possession of the ball, though, to call timeout.
You have to have clear possession. Yeah. It's not like you just have to be touching the ball. You have to have clear possession, which I honestly don't think that they had. So it's rough, but it could be worse. And Palmyra is going to get granted a timeout here, although Delran would have very much liked to have the possession. So they'll stand again. Delran with a loss. I mean, I think this win means more for Palmyra and, you know, their upswing. Delran obviously right now is on a downswing. They're 7-3. They started off really well, but then they started off 6-0, beat some teams that they didn't have a prayer of beating last year, like Cinnaminson, but they've lost 3 of their last 4. Their 1 win was over a struggling Bordentown. Now is the time to change things, and Delran hasn't really responded here in the second half as Corey goes up. No good. Ball comes out. Delran touched it. That was pretty clear from our view. It was last touched by Reisman, and it'll be Palmyra ball. 6:45 left in the 4th.
Got to come down with 2 hands on that rebound. Grab it.
Oh, Maldonado gets a wide open 3. Xavier Maldonado knocks it down. The run continues. Back over. Bounce pass inside. Brings it back out. Melito stopped on it. They wanted to travel. Goes out to Niziano for 3. No good there. Melito pulls down the rebound. Brings it back out. They chuck up another 3. How about that? Delran responds with their first 3-pointer of the half. And it's 48-34 as they were held outside of the 3-point palooza. They were locked out in the third quarter. But Reisman able to knock it down for his first field goal of the day and his first points of the day. That was Maldonado's first 3. As that one goes, a 50-burger. As Michelle knocks down another one, Delran continues to drive. Here comes Reem, too strong on that 3. Goes back out, feeds it over. Another couple of passes. Melito creates some space. Wow, he had him back. He had his back turned. Reem continuing to push the pace. Goes up, fouled. Contact from Corey. And that might be the one saving grace for Delran if they can get Julian Corey into foul trouble, because the big men are always going to draw some more fouls. They're actually going to call that. I thought it was on Corey. Instead, it's going to be on Robinson.
No, it's on Corey.
Okay.
It's the other way around.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I read it wrong. No, it is Corey's third foul. I was like, wait a second. First shot, no good. 16-point lead, 50-34. Delran held to 8 points in the second half. A truly dominant performance. And it's no good. And they get the rebound. So you get none of the rewards and you get all of the punishments. Palmyra laying down the law. 3, too strong. Flying in for the rebound. Delran ball. And if Delran loses this game, I think they'll win versus Riverside. Riverside's 4-9, and you've got Florence at the bottom of their division at 4-7. But they play Cherry Hill West on the 24th. And Olympic Conference schools are always going to be difficult. Doan Academy, they play the second half of that divisional series on the 26th. This is going to be a tough month for Delran if their 6-0 start to the season gets turned around like this. Delran ball. Heaves the pass out to Melito. Melito with Ream setting a tough screen. Oh, nice move by Reisman. But the three doesn't go. I mean, this is the only time where, they're going to say he stepped out. Veneziano just kind of smirking at the call. He politely disagrees.
Just going back for a minute, you mentioned Delran's tough second half schedule, but they've only played 2 division games. They got a really backloaded schedule, and it starts tonight with Palmyra, really, or their last game against Doan. 5
of the 6 games that Delran plays in February will be against divisional opponents, with their last being on February 20th versus Lawrence. Now, of course, BCSL, the Burlington County Tournament, might change things a little bit. That might move some things around, but their last divisional game is on the 18th. That's way out there. They're taking their time. They are taking a long time. Ball comes out. Reisman with 4:10 to play stops on it. Now they're going to wind this one down. Melito, no good on the 3. Offensive rebound, underhand feed. That ball almost got turned over, but now he creates some space. That's no good. Delran rushing off a lot of shots, more than we can count. That one's no good. That's 3 in a row that don't go. And it's now 50-34. Delran not having a good night.
I like the way Palmyra is playing right now on offense. You see a lot of teams, when they get up big, they kind of chuck shots. They allow their opponents to get back into the game. Palmyra, they're holding on to the basketball, and I like it, up 14.
They're already going to start to go in clock management mode as that one almost rolled in. Just wrestled out of the basket as Melito taking a very quick approach. Going back out. Veneziano, no good on the 3. I mean, every 3 that Delran misses is going to continue to tank their confidence, and that's what's going to do them in tonight. This game is it's not over yet, but that basket continues to put another thorn in the side of Oryx Smith as Delran looks to avoid losing 4 out of their last 5. And again, it eases up a little bit with Riverside. It eases up a little bit with Florence. But you go right back into the fire with Cherry Hill West and Doan Academy, as that's now going to be 4 fouls. That's going to be 4 fouls here against Corey. So he's going to be in trouble here, but if that happened in the third quarter, we could say a little bit more. But Melito is at the line. Melito has 5. Ream leads Delran scoring with 14. Edmonds leads Palmyra scoring with 14 as well. Delran missed the first. Second shot is good by Melito. 2:45, a little push off there with Melito. He continues to move in. Up, no good for Maldonado, or back out rather for Edmonds. Veneziano moves it out. Here comes Reisman for 3, good. So there's something, 52-38. And again, they're holding Delran to just 12 points here in the second half. 9 points in this quarter, just a paltry 3 in the first. 2:10 to play in the fourth quarter. the 6'7" sophomore forward, Julian Corey, making his name known with a defensive charade of blocks. That basket does not fall, and it's out of bounds. Palmyra ball.
We could talk all day about Palmyra's difference in offense in the first half, the second half, how it's gotten better. It has gotten better, but their defense has been the difference maker. They've just made Delran turn over the ball. They did that in the first half, but even more in the second half.
Panthers to inbound. Almost got turned over. Ooh, tough one there. Moves inside, tries to take a swipe at him, and Reisman gets fouled, or gets a foul. That is Delran's first foul. The one thing is that if they go into intentional fouling territory, that's their first. So they've still got a long way to go, and that's going to shave some time off the board. Meanwhile, Palmyra has 4 fouls already here in this fourth quarter. As at the line, it's good. Palmyra with a win would improve to 10-1. By the way, this is a bit of a niche stat, but they will be the first team ever in the history of Dan Wilkins Broadcasting to go undefeated in 4 or more appearances with a record of 4-0. That one is good. And then for Palmyra, as we mentioned, they are on the road versus Holy Cross and Nottingham on the 20th and 24th. 4 out of their next 5 games are on the road. Melito chucks one up, front iron. Offensive rebound by Veneziano, and now it's desperation time for the Bears. Ream moves inside, gets it to go. And again, it might be too little too late at this point, but they're just trying to get everything that they can. As there's a bounce pass. Oh, got drilled from behind. Trying to keep the peace. As Veneziano got a little bit into Robinson, or Michelle rather. Zacharias Michelle. It's Delran's second foul with 1:25 left in the fourth. Back over to the left side. Ball almost got stolen away, and it does get stolen away. Here comes Melito. Corey does not chase him, because if he did and he fouled him, that would have been it for him. 1:10. 3. Airballed it. Oh. It feels like a Palmyra home game. This home crowd has certainly been letting Delran hear it, and they have all the reason to. They have been dominant, 54-40. Just 14 points allowed as a foul and one. Cherry on top for the Panthers. Xavier Maldonado with an amazing finish for a foul and a chance for 3. And that is one way to put an exclamation point on a dominant defensive performance. With 48 seconds left, the and one is no good. It's Maldonado's 6th point of the day, but what an exclamation it was, as now here comes another steal. They'll bring this one up. Maldonado again makes up for it. 4 points in 30 seconds. This one's more or less over, 58-40. 3 from Ream, no good. Rebounded by Maldonado. That's going to put a star on this one. Maldonado on the left side, 20 seconds left. Palmyra's bench, let's listen in. They're loving it. They let the ball loose. Palmyra is 10-1. They're on the up and up. Delran is on the downswing as the Panthers crush the Bears on their home floor, 58-40. What a night for Palmyra. They're 10-1, and they control their destiny in the BCSL Freedom. Wow.
What a game. Palmyra, from the first to second half, was a completely different team. Their defense to offense was the difference maker in this game. They gave havoc to the Delran offense with turnovers and coast to coast, and they just worked it inside. They took the threes when they were open, and they dominated the third and fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you do not get a lot better than that. This was a second-half performance for the ages for Palmyra. They held Delran to 14 points in the second half, and honestly, a lot of those points were just garbage time baskets that Delran made, either whether it was from the foul shot line or whatever it may have you. They were held to 3 points in the third quarter. We saw that earlier this year with Bordentown and Cinnaminson in our first basketball game of the regular season, and we saw another similar performance like that tonight. But the difference is that Bordentown's dominance was in the first quarter and the second quarter. Meanwhile, Palmyra's was in the third and fourth, and we really saw Palmyra show their true colors tonight. Efficient scoring from inside and out. I really liked how Julian Corey was able to keep his composure. He was getting beat up a lot. He was getting hit. He was getting fouled. He committed a whole bunch of fouls as well, but Palmyra really kept their true statement. They talked a lot of talk. They definitely did. They had a lot of banter. Their crowd had a lot of banter. But you know what? I respect a crowd that can talk and walk the walk. They proved why they can walk the walk. They're 10-1. They just played one of their best games of the season, and they're now getting an 18-point win over one of the best teams in the division going into a tough second half of the season.
Yeah, they played great tonight. This is a huge win for Palmyra. They needed it. They're now 10-1, like you mentioned. They're 5-0 in the division, and a big win for PowerPoints. They lost to Haddon Township. That's their one loss, but a good win for Palmyra and just a dominating second half, and probably the best I've seen this year for a team effort.
It was a suffocating second half. And my player of the game probably goes to Deshaun Edmonds. I don't think that any one player really stood out all that much, but when
Agreed.
Palmyra was on that suffocating run in the third quarter, Deshaun Edmonds knocked down two triples on this end of the floor and knocked down a couple of shots from inside. He had a grand total of 10 points. 10 of his 14 came in the third quarter. And Deshaun Edmonds, again, he is not the leading scorer for Palmyra. He is not the star of this team, but he is going to find a way to get his team ahead, and that's exactly what he did right there. He found a way to get Delran out of the picture, smother them out, run them out of their own gym, and that's exactly what they did. Palmyra winning by 18. I didn't think Palmyra was going to win by this much considering the first half, but they just, again, I say it over and over again, they gave Delran the business. They talked the talk. They walked the walk. This is a huge statement win for the Panthers.
Agreed. Huge statement win. This was a one-point game at halftime. They won by 18. Deshaun Edmonds, he played well. We mentioned in the open they're going to have to rely on Edmonds and Robinson. They went to a couple of different guys in Corey and Xavier Maldonado, but Palmyra was very good tonight, and they deserve to get a big win over Delran.
They deserve all the celebrations they can get. As that'll be all for us tonight on DWB. We'll be back on the air bright and early tomorrow for a 10 a.m. tip-off between Shalleck and Haddon Township from the George Mayer Gymnasium. From our entire crew, our social media coordinator, Haley Mejia, our graphics crew, Caleb Lane, Carson Rosso, and Fisher Giannotti. My producer, Peter Tober, my color commentator, David Cohen of Rowan University. I'm Dan Wilkins. We'll see you at Haddon Township tomorrow as the final score tonight, Palmyra 58, Delran 40. Have a good one, folks.